All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into George Orwell's Animal Farm. We're going to look at those crucial first 5 chapters and really unpack how a beautiful dream of freedom can, well, how it can curdle into an absolute nightmare of control. So the whole story kicks off right here, on a place called Manor Farm. And let me tell you, it is a miserable place, run by the farmer, Mr. Jones, who's, let's just say he's not exactly winning any awards for animal care. Really, their entire existence can be summed up by this one pretty grim sentence from the wise old pig, Old Major.
But then, one night, everything changes. This wise old pig, his name is Major, he gathers everyone together, and he plants an idea that's both incredibly dangerous and, full of hope. It's a vision of a world completely free of humans.
So what's Old Major's big idea? Well, his message is actually super simple, but it's incredibly powerful. He says, look, man is the enemy. He's the only creature out there that just takes and takes, consuming everything without actually producing anything himself. So what's the solution? Rebellion. It's time to overthrow the humans. But, and this is a huge but, he warns them. He says, whatever you do, don't become like them. Don't adopt their vices. And to really get everyone fired up, he teaches them a song, Beasts of England. And this thing, it just becomes this amazing anthem for their hopes and dreams. Now, tragically, Old Major dies just a few nights later. But his dream? Oh, it doesn't die with him. It absolutely catches fire. And the funny thing is, the rebellion he talked about, the one he thought would happen generations from now, it ends up happening almost by accident and way, way sooner than anyone could have possibly imagined. So after Major's death, the pigs, who are, the cleverest animals on the farm, they take his teachings and flesh them out into this whole philosophy they call animalism. But, having a philosophy is one thing, being starving is another. And when Mr. Jones gets drunk and forgets to feed them for like a whole day, that's the last straw. Their hunger just boils over. A cow kicks in the door to the food shed, and when Jones and his men come out with whips, well, the animals fight back. And just like that, in a matter of minutes, they've chased all the humans off. Manor Farm is theirs.
And what's the very first thing they do with their newfound freedom? It's something incredibly powerful. They go through the farm and gather up every single symbol of their oppression, bits, nose rings, whips, you name it, and they throw it all onto this massive bonfire. This is way more than just burning stuff. It's a symbolic act, a cleansing. They are literally burning away their past, and it's this huge cathartic moment for them.
Okay, so with the farm secured, the pigs step up to lead. You've got the brilliant, eloquent Snowball and the much quieter but more imposing Napoleon. Together, they boil down the entire philosophy of animalism into 7 core principles, the 7 commandments. They paint them in huge white letters on the side of the barn for everyone to see. This is meant to be their unchangeable constitution, the foundation of their new society. Animal Farm is officially born. And you know what? At first, it's incredible. The animals are so proud, they work harder than they ever did for Mr. Jones, and they bring in the biggest harvest the farm has ever seen. It really feels like they've built a paradise. But a utopia like this is bound to be tested, right? And the tests come not just from the outside world, but, even more worryingly, from the inside. That first big test comes crashing in when Mr. Jones shows up again and he's brought men from other farms to help him take back his property. This is it, the famous Battle of the Cowshed. And honestly, it's a rout. Snowball, who's a brilliant tactician, has a whole defensive plan ready to go, and the animals fight with this incredible bravery. They decisively beat the humans. It's a huge victory that seems to prove their strength and unity to the whole world. But here's the thing. While they're all celebrating this amazing victory against the enemy outside the gate, was the real enemy even out there? Or was it already inside? Because even in these early heroic days, we start to see the very first cracks appearing in that perfect ideal of equality.
It starts with something small. The cow's milk. It starts disappearing. Same with the apples that fall from the trees. Where's it all going? Well, the pig squealer, who is an absolute master of spin, he explains it all. He says, comrades, that milk and those apples, they're for us, the pigs. We need them for our brain work. And then he drops the hammer. Surely none of you want to see Jones come back. And just like that, he uses fear to shut down all dissent. It's the first real sign of how language can be twisted to control people.
And while all this is happening out in the open, something else is going on in the shadows, something that almost nobody notices. Napoleon takes a litter of 9 newborn puppies away from their mother. He says he's going to educate them himself, up in a secluded loft. You see, while other animals are building their new society, Napoleon is secretly building something else entirely. A private army, loyal only to him. So pretty soon, it's clear that the farm has two main leaders, Snowball and Napoleon. But they are not on the same page at all. Their rivalry starts to split the whole community because they represent two completely different futures for Animal Farm. You've got Snowball, who is the visionary, the idealist. He's a brilliant speaker, and he's full of these amazing ideas to modernize the farm, like building a windmill that will give them electricity and a 3-day work week. Then you have Napoleon. He's the quiet one, the schemer. He thinks the windmill is total nonsense. He's all about increasing food production now. While Snowball is busy organizing all these animal committees to make life better, Napoleon couldn't care less. He's just focused on, well, educating those puppies.
All right, so this whole conflict, this battle of ideas, it all comes to a head. It happens at one of the Sunday meetings, where the animals have to vote on the biggest issue facing them. Are they going to build Snowball's windmill or not? This isn't just a vote about a building. The entire future of the farm is on the line.
So the vote begins. And Snowball, he gets up and gives the speech of his life. He paints this breathtaking picture of the future, a farm with electric lights, warmth in the winter, and a 3-day work week. He completely wins them over. You can feel it in the barn. The dream is right there. They can almost touch it. It's obvious he's going to win the vote. It's a done deal.
But just at that moment, as Snowball is basking in his victory, Napoleon stands up, and he lets out this strange, high-pitched whimper.
And suddenly, 9 enormous dogs, wearing these brass-studded collars, they burst into the barn, and they dash straight for Snowball. The animals are terrified. These are the puppies Napoleon educated. He chases Snowball right off the farm, and he's never seen again. The debate is over. Not with words, but with brute force.
The second Snowball is gone, Napoleon takes over. And he immediately scraps everything. The Sunday morning meetings? Gone. The debates? Over. From now on, he announces, the animals will just receive their weekly orders. All decisions will be made by a special committee of pigs, with him in charge, of course. The revolution is officially dead. A new dictatorship has just begun. Of course, Squealer is sent out right away to do damage control. He tells the terrified animals that Napoleon taking over wasn't a power grab. Oh no! It was a sacrifice he made for their own good. Can you believe it? And this is where we leave them, for now. With debates silenced and a new tyrant in charge, what happens to that beautiful dream of Animal Farm? They've just traded one master for another. And that leaves us with a really chilling question, doesn't it? What happens when the very ideals of a revolution are used to build a new and even more terrifying prison?